But, I found out a few things. One, the way we were supposed to get in here is actually the same way I'm supposed to get in here. And the audio for this is a little bit louder than I was thinking it was. We get a glass fragment, and this is a really deep hole. Now, it's effectively 100% safe after you take that damage, and I think in this case it's actually a static amount of damage. But I mentioned previously that there was a one-way passage connected to up here. I couldn't remember exactly how to get to it. But this is how you are supposed to. And that's the reason why that jump off is important. And this will send Nana over to the tower. Actually, I'm going to set that up for how I want to do it a little bit later. We are going to be doing... we're going to be running through the alternate entrance of the Demon King Castle. We are not really prepared for... Actually, probably 12 was the right call in the first place, so... So if my mouth is making additional noises, that is, I need to actually go a little bit harsher on the noise gate than I'm currently doing. But I do want to get, first and foremost, that vine started. There was a spot in the snowfields for a vine. And actually, I want to show off the Zara mantle, since this is who it's going to be on. It is also a fast attack item, so it helps to offset that Book of Manslaying. Book of Manslaying is fantastic for, well, a lot of things, really. But it's not great regular use because you really need to offset that slow attack. Now, the Zara mantle in particular is interesting. Because it's a very strong, but otherwise no benefits item when it's used as an armor. Like, I think it's nearly as strong, or essentially just as strong as the Varnished Birdwing. And the reason that this one is actually super important, you might be thinking, oh, Lauratia, did you remember what those chests were? Yeah, they suck. That recipe's not all that important either. I don't think I have the stuff to make it anyway. It's that damn static encounter. That's a lizard. That's the lizard that drops the lizard tongue. The lizard tongue that's needed for the Chatty Barber. The Chatty Barber being one of the really good items I want access to. Shock and fucking awe there. But before we actually go and get set up for going through the Demon King Castle, we need to go back and talk to Nana. One of the pieces of gear that she has is really good. No. And I still don't know why some of the colors for that show up as green. Yeah. So even though we've come this far, my legs, I can't go any further. Camille, please give me a hand. And of course you can be an asshole, but that's actually out of character for what I have been doing, so. Now, the Soul Shackles don't look very good. I mean, 10 defense, 10 HP, sure. 5 SP, yeah, whatever. And of course, Nana does not have all-purpose slots, so she's not a permanent character. Which is a shame, because she might be the most overpowered character. Even without the all-purpose slots. Well, I can pick that back up real easy. As an all-purpose, that's basically the same. You're losing 2 defense for a crit and a point of crit and 12 skill. And slow attack. Now, 2 instances of slow attack, I do believe, offset the benefit of a single fast attack. So, if you're rocking 2 slow attack items, you are kind of just accepting that you're going last. Which is one of the problems with the Book of Manslaying. It's really the only weapon that provides skill in the weapon slot. That's not true. It's 1 of 2, but the other one we will never have permanent access to. Yeah, we're not leaving anything on Nana because we're not doing her stuff right now. I am instead getting set up to run through something early. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, because we didn't fully level up the hair, that's actually less skill. But the real reason he's getting the hair is actually for the SP, not for anything else. Conversely, with Camille, I'm really just trying to essentially be as defensive as possible. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure Sporadic Guard will be less useful than... Now, one of the potential issues that I might run into here is a simple lack of HP. There are those traps in the Demon King Castle. And each knife taking off, well, I think the knives are 15 and the spike traps are 10. Regardless, those are going to be a bit rough. Fortunately, we've already done this. It's a lovely 2 seconds of extra time. Now, I don't know exactly what those frog enemies are, so I'm not willing to risk that. Especially since I'm pretty sure that's just a glass fragment. I mean, that's what 90% of the prizes here are going to be. I'm waiting for that bison to continue going. I believe it follows a set path, just for the record. And we shut this trap off last time, but we're going to temporarily turn it back on. Well, actually, I'm going to turn it off again so we can see that's what turns that trap on. But when it's not yet turned on, the only thing in here is a rat. The real reason I was going over there to grab that glass fragment is so I could show off the door for this glass fragment. Yeah, a lot of the rewards in this part of the Demon King Castle are nothing special. The reason that I'm feeling mostly fine with coming here is I think I got the reward from over there. Now, I am trying to avoid combat, especially with that purple bison. Sometimes you'll have off luck and you'll just need to reset a room to get better luck. Now, I don't think we actually have Camille set up to do enough damage. Yeah. Camille cannot kill one of those, but well, can't even really meaningfully help with killing one of those. But that's not that big a deal. I'm trying to remember what's past here. I think it's nothing special. And it's dangerous as hell and dumb as hell for me to try this. Just, you know, for the record. Since I'm doing it anyway. Oh, it's this one. I hate this one. Not because it's difficult. It really isn't. And here... Oh, I didn't need to heal Randolph. And that turns off that trap for future visits. Now we want to stay well away from that bison. Even though we have activated Nana, we have had her in our party, we can still do that. Now, one of the neat things here is if you're not confident in your ability to... Also, when I brought up that I knew that there was a magic bean somewhere, turns out this is where I was remembering. If you're not confident in your ability to do that spike run, the knife run, you can just do the spikes. It's not a big deal. Yes. I'm gonna come back here after I get a save point. This is a non-obvious ending. I wouldn't blame somebody for looking at that and going, well, that doesn't seem like there's an exit there. But of course there is. And I'm going up here for two reasons. One, the music's fantastic. I mean, I love almost all the music, but this especially has some fantastic music. There's also, right over here, we can talk to Hikakumo. And there is a heal point and a save point. That's not the important things he says, though. This is the important thing. There's no longer a need for you to come here. There should be a path that connects to the nest. Now, the reason he's saying that is even if you were at the level you are supposed to be to get through the Demon King Castle, which, qualify here, I sure as shit am not. You're not supposed to be having that much trouble with the various encounters. This is connected to a later part of the disease. That is an endgame area. Sorta. It is as endgame as anything that connects to the nest. But we want to be back in the Demon King Castle, because there are a few things I missed. Intentionally in this case because I wanted to save, because we'd actually been doing really well. And it's very easy to die by overextending and being an idiot. Wait a second, this is not where I wanted to go. It is where I want to go eventually, but this is the second path is actually where I wanted to go immediately. Now that bison can sometimes be hard to avoid. This is really what's supposed to be the clue for the room on the right that had the magic beam. Narrow spaces help me to relax. I can't let that happen though. I guess that's just my nature. Now we will be having a little bit more combat just because these hallways make it very difficult to avoid. I don't know why I attacked with Camille there. But I can tell you, I know exactly why I'm putting the twin tail on. I didn't start that early enough. Time to reset the room. I'll give this a shot, but because I do have that save. Well, no. Interestingly, if I follow a slightly messed up pathing with messing up the pathing immediately after, I'm not willing to risk it. Because you see, there's 3 bison down there, and yeah, I was probably safe the first few times. And this is the black dress. The black dress is a lot like the white dress. So let's compare the all-purpose. Well, the black dress has skill. It does not provide attack. Or yeah, it does not provide attack. Doesn't provide as much crit. And once that's leveled, it's probably the same. But it doesn't provide agility. It's more of a caster piece of gear. But when it's being used as an actual piece of armor, they're fairly similar. Just, of course, the black dress is stronger. We don't need this anymore. What did I have equipped in that spot? Oh, the Sagarmatha. And that's not because I'm going to fight those bison, it's because they reset every time you leave the room. And that rat there is actually super useful, just on the basis of it means I don't need to use a healing item to try to go for that black dress. Now I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I actually have a set of notes as to what various equipment does. I'm going to check out what the final stats on that black dress are, since for whatever reason, I'm having trouble reading the red and white text today. So, that's all of Hikakumo's stories. Now, we are not going to read his stories today because we are a ways out from getting there. I'm going to climb the tower, this time for sure. I'm out hunting the great white beast. I've headed towards the Mirage to face it. The Mirage is 2 zones away. Shortest path. Nana Story 5. I don't think I read this before. Just as a qualifier. Her grandfather's commanding presence. No matter what happened, her heart was bound to him. She didn't know why this was. Without understanding why, she turned her back on the boy. The girl waited by the seashore. A long time ago, she searched through washed-up garbage with the boy here. She clutched the Demon King Chronicle to her chest with both hands, and she looked out over the sea. Sigh. She saw an island far in the distance. There was a tower on that island. At the top, there was a small light. The girl felt a strong compulsion. She needed to climb that tower. She felt as if the book clutched to her chest was compelling her to do so. The girl set out alone on a boat rowing over the vast ocean under the quiet night sky. And obviously, we know from this message that she failed. Or gave up, or something somewhere along the way. I think we're real close on this. Oh, we are going to be like goddamn 6 points short, aren't we? Oh, hey. Yeah. Oops. I actually meant to grab a energy restore there. Unfortunately, I don't have especially good plus SP stuff. That's one of the reasons to level up the black dress, but I mean the soul shackles are also pretty good at it. They don't seem like they're great. The soul shackles, instead of being 1.2 per level, are 1.6 per level. So the end game for this is I think they have like 28 defense and they provide 28 health and they provide 14 SP. Which is pretty good. Definitely a mid-game type item. Yeah, I think really the something providing some critical and Agility is what I'm really looking for. Which, might be giving him back the Varnished Birdwing, really. Yeah, the Zara Mantle is kind of like the improvement of the white dress when it comes to the all-purpose version. So it's not better right now. I don't think we'll need or really notice the difference in stats for a bit. Yeah, I think we want, again, critical and agility more than we want that SP. And actually, she probably wants attack. Now, this isn't going to be great to start, but the better pieces we don't really have access to. Oh, actually, if I'm going to do something specific... Yeah, I'm going to go after that, the tower. For various reasons, it makes a lot of sense to, in that case... Yeah, we'll probably want to be building him as a caster for this period. Yeah, since we don't need the speed stuff anymore. Oh, the Varnished Birdwing is also just really good at skill. I always forget about that. But yeah, the intended route to get to these Sands of Remembrance is, there was a passage that we needed to break, that I ended up breaking going the other way. And the reason I unequipped the Book of Manslaying is, well, it's a good item as well as being good defensively. Now, of course, we have our better pieces of defensive gear equipped elsewhere. And if you remember, the tower that we went up that had Hikakumo at the top had none of these things. I believe this... Yeah, these are enemies that are non-aggressive to start. And become aggressive once you get into a fight. Now we'll need to res her before we finish the battle. Now, the reason we want her alive is I didn't show it off. Yeah, apparently that just happens when you get rezzed. she has very, very strong abilities. And that level seems like a lot, but it's several levels. She's level 4. And of course, one of the nice things with her is that well, we can just hop down and get pretty easy healing. Because we don't even need to have her leave the party to get to the mountain. Now, something that is annoying is there is her list of abilities has a few really good things in it. And the reason that is annoying, rather than being good, is her final abilities gained at level 15. That's only bad. Oh, and by the way, we now have free SP for everybody, provided she actually gets a turn. I believe that makes lightning essentially free. It might only be 5 SP for everybody, but oh no, that's real good. And what we're looking for here are those little wow, I'm actually kind of surprised we took long enough to get an extra one that we didn't have the fight actually work. This is also a good reason why, if you can spare a better piece of armor for her, it's probably a good call. Because a better piece of armor would be helping her a lot more. Now, prayer is strong. All of her abilities really are strong. This one does not have, interestingly, it does not have a trap. All later stages have some kind of trap with regard to the towers, obelisks. Now, obviously, that one's one that you need to step on, but there are, as we can see here, 5 obelisks and 6 floor panels. That's annoying. One of the things hit Camille with something that caused stagger. Stagger's awful to deal with because it forces you to waste a turn defending. Oh, hey. I don't remember exactly what that purple one is. And this is why we want to get into a lot of these fights. Now, the wet stuff in and of itself is pretty good, but we need a whole bunch of it for black goop, I think it's called. Blaze Eaters are, I believe, just stronger versions. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They drop the Fiery Fang. Fiery Fangs are... I seem to recall them being pretty good. Yeah, they would be the strongest plus attack we have. The plus attack is nearly as much as the Sagarmatha. But, of course, they're not leveled yet. And I am using HP Restore pretty freely. I'm also getting into large fights. I didn't really notice how much HP it had left. And I'm also not taking advantage of regen. I don't know what the red man... Red Mudmen are extremely dangerous. And of course, even though we have that Lucky Rabbit on, we're not getting great luck with drops. If somehow that doesn't kill it. Well, that actually does help. That does provide more defense for Nana. And it shows off that, yes, this does grow quite quickly. And I'm not going to show off the trap here, I'll do it at a later one. What I'm doing here is actually I'm going to be going back to the nest real quick. Because I never did check and see if we'd gotten enough glass fragments from doing up to the disease. Yeah, we have enough for 2 more bottles. We can sell a whole bunch of this stuff. Now we're actually closing in on being able to afford the 3-legged frog. And it's real powerful. It's one of the strongest actual armors, and several of the other pieces of armor that are as strong or nearly as strong have issues. Excuse me. And by issues, I mean for some of them, they are better as... That's a lot of the achievements that we picked up. Oh, take 50 damage in an attack. Collect over 5,000 gold. 5 recipes. Oh, this one's 100 damage. Use skills 100 times. Yeah, a lot of these are basically just use Randolph. Now we need to get another one of these to get into the next room. Now, Flame Fang's not bad, but there's a better one. So I'm going to skip it. I'm going to grab Slap on the Back, which removes certain ailments. Here, unfortunately, there aren't a lot of great choices. Stamina, energy, or agility for Camille. And is that stamina? Yeah, so HP, skill, or attack for Randall. I'm gonna grab skill, because it's a lot of skill, and I'm gonna grab agility, because it's... Oh. I know the HP ones didn't seem like a lot when I was looking at them, but I'm gonna grab Camille's. Because we've been doing a lot of things that have not allowed her to be rocking as much HP as she really wants. Whoops. I was not expecting that to be purchasable. That's not a huge deal. And it's especially not a huge deal because... Same reason... Oh, there are enough achievements to eventually get all of them. So it's more a matter of having sufficient money. So yeah, that's That's only shown the one time. A girl's wish and the white beast. But we do have a little bit more damage. With that additional agility, I think we can... Yeah, that's mostly just being used for agility. I think I can swap that over to the Fiery Fang, which will do wonders for additional damage. Oh, and I can check out what recipes I can make. I don't think I can make anything that's especially useful right now, but... I can make that. I can make another Twin Tail. Twin Tails aren't great, though. And I can do something that I had forgotten about. Is it left from here? As you see, there is this enemy. Well, that's neat. I don't think I've ever seen one of those just give up before. Now the Magnificent Zenith, or Zenith, I think it's Zenith though, provides a variety of stats. Actually, let's compare that to base. A little bit of HP, a little bit of SP, yeah, a little bit of defense and crit and skill. Definitely comes across as a... does too much stuff to really be that great. But as a all-purpose, it's still providing all of that while being much better defensively. And providing 20 skill. Now, I think because it's never going to be good enough to fall onto Randolph's stuff, it's more of a Camille armor. With, of course, the caveat of you're putting it on her, and basically, really, it's an improvement of the white dress, functionally. May or may not actually see use. It is what it is. Because right now the problem that, say Randolph is running into is lack of maximum SP. The problem that Camille is running into is lack of actual attack. Which is why I'm going to head up here, and rather than doing the same thing, I'm going to grab that book off of Nana. The sequin coats, whatever. But Randolph really would be Yeah, I can just set him up for... He's pretty easy to get set up for physical attacking when he has that Book of Manslaying on. And basically what I'm doing this for is I really want that 5,000 cost. Weapon. I actually just meant to use that on Randolph. Not a big deal, though. Oh, I never... I'm a huge moron. I never went and grabbed the items here. I actually even know how to do that. The easy way is just going to be to go back the way we came from. Conveniently, we can fight a whole bunch of scorpions. Because what we actually want to do involves going up here, using the exploit, and then we want to go down. Oh yeah, I never actually showed this. I'm not going to use it for a bit, but point stands, it's a neat and fairly useful ability. I don't remember what all it breaks, so. Well, this is more dangerous than I'd intended to deal with, but. Actually, still not really that bad. See, this is the area we needed to go. And that's going to be useful for her ability to do damage. I don't believe that any of these chests are all that great, but, I mean, more glass fragments is more bottles, which is more free healing. And as I mentioned previously, we do need 260 of these for... I don't remember what the prize is. I've not actually shown off. There's, once we get past that room we're in his memory, which is the, skill spot. We can get to a room that has, I think it's 6 more crystals. And one of those, there are also 3 doors at the end. One of those doors requires 260 chests having been opened to open. So I thought it was an achievement. I was incorrect. Well, I shouldn't say I was incorrect. I remembered wrong. It's sort of an achievement, but... it doesn't give you a point, it gives you a actual reward. Actually, I think you can just leave through here on the right or on the upside. Yeah. I don't believe this is any more difficult to get out than the other side is, so... Well, unfortunately, that was not enough to really get much in the way of those drops. Sometimes even the... whoops, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Sometimes even the lucky rabbit does not end up helping that much. Oh, yeah, if, Now, unfortunately, no armor has an actual effect, so any NPC that you equip with the Book of Manslang is just kind of gonna end up going last every time. It is what it is. Oops. I hadn't intended that to happen. I just wasn't thinking. So in that case, that is a useful drop. Not very difficult to avoid these. Ooh. being an idiot. Now, the ability that Nana gets at level 15, which she is still quite a ways away from, would require some grinding to get. Oh. I guess I was misremembering. I was thinking that these stayed unlocked once you got them unlocked. Okay, well that's a good reason to take these fights a little bit slower. Make this area a little bit slower anyway. Try to avoid fighting multiple things at once. I think because they seem to do more harm than the eaters, I am more inclined to try to blow up the mudmen than I am with the eaters. Now that is a huge stack, but most of them should, or all of them, will fall to Light Axe. Fangs, I believe, are also pretty good, but not as good as Fiery Fangs. Oh, they provide a little bit of defense. I think they're used in something, too. Oh, I never opened my, my second... Yeah, once they're fully maxed out, it's 24 attack versus 22 attack and 5 defense. Suppose that's one of those. It's up to the player if it's actually worth it. But, yeah, taking this slow, or, you know, getting things stacked up, definitely seems to make this a lot easier. Yeah. I think Nana requires less XP to get up to level 16, 17, 18, whatever, than Protagonist does. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had hit only a single one. Really, I think all of the dungeons after Randolph's dungeon. I really enjoy the music here. I know I want to get this guy out of the way on his own. This one is the trap. Blue. Oh. Thankfully, because of Wish, a lot of these fights aren't ultimately that big of a deal. It also helps that, you know, we have enough SP regen that even lightning's not that huge of a deal. I would like to have the next level of that, but because I think that way it would cap at 10 and lightning would never be a big deal. But, damn. By just taking the fight slowly, it's not a big deal. And of course, once we do end up getting low, we can just run a normal all-attack round. Combined with Wish. And I mean, we want to kill a lot of those anyway for wet stuff, which is one of the few sellables I'm not gonna sell at any point in time. I suspect this is probably where most people would learn about the whole, if you're in an encounter, you can't activate tiles. But I don't think most people would make the connection of that and Hey, I might get to show off poison. I didn't get to show off poison. I'm glad I didn't get to show off poison. And that castle area with the killer rats. Now, Passion Burst is kind of absurd, as I recall. So that did 9 damage to Randall. I mean, I did previously make the assertion that Nana might well be the most overpowered character due to her abilities. I seem to recall the next one is named something like Passion Burst Supreme. And what it actually does is provide a effect to her similar to like Shout. No, we're fine. Now, I have not been counting these. For a few reasons, one of which is just I'm being lazy. But I think that's all of them. And if I'm one short, I know that there's one on the left. Like I said, the one on the left is technically a trap one, but there are some optional encounters in those areas. I was trying to see if I could L if one was there. As it turns out, I don't really remember what the tell is. Hey, can you see that slightly invisible, mostly invisible enemy to the... north of us? Yeah, for some reason, in some of these rooms, the Blaze Eaters have a much more difficult to see sprite. I kinda wish we could just walk down that way. Because that is, of course, I don't remember what the thing that makes these ones disappear is. Might just be time. So it... oh. Yeah, I guess it is just time. I think once you go up a staircase, it permanently sets it. So... with any luck, anyway. I may also just be not remembering these puzzles. So was this the first area? I mean, we'll find out in just a second. No, this one's the first area. And it is... over here. Now, how is the Amaryllis? It's not bad. As an all-purpose, it's only attack. But it's a lot of attack. As you can see there, it's pretty dang strong. It's, I think, 32 attack when it's fully leveled. But as a weapon, its only real thing is its 44 attack. It's not bad, but I mean, I think the real purpose in this case is going to be throwing it on Randolph along with a whole bunch of other things to try to get to that 150 attack. Man, I hate the range on lightning. It might also be that all the puzzles... well, no, because that first one never reset. Okay, I apparently don't remember. So we are north of 150. Remember what we had equipped. Oh, go grab that. See if there's... we don't need the speed. We didn't have the hair. this shines only when we come in. It's another hair. And she has a diary. Aaron was studying various techniques. The horizontal slash seems to be a fire elemental attack. What an idiot. And she has info on some of the characters. Randolph, super outdoorsy type. Likes rats. Can it really be okay to eat those things? Aaron, person studying the Demon King Chronicle. What's so interesting about that? Ikukumo, always wears gloves. Just from his name, I imagine he's from a small town in the north. He also wears a crazy mask. Can't miss it. Nana Elewanto, princess. Something so avant-garde about using a fake name. Mole has been on the island for over 10 years. Can be a little tiring to talk to. Constantly digging a hole. Wish I could file a noise complaint. He does dig that hole right next door. Camille, a newcomer. Could be a native islander. What's she doing here? So that's, maybe a bit of a hint, bit of a callback, bit of a throwback to... I mean, there's definitely a suggestion here and there that maybe Camille is the youngest person here. I'm looking for... Yes, this. I'm gonna read it out loud real quick. At the same time as the Demon King Chronicle was being written, a certain incident occurred. A person from the continent appeared in a native village and gave a flower to a woman suffering from a painful childbirth. This incident occurred 21 years ago, after the large epidemic, and as a result, just like on the continent, flowers on the island had also become a very rare sight. This incident is said to have happened on the exact same island where Harold wrote the Demon King Chronicle. Very interested in the fact that this incident happened 21 years ago on the exact same island. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Damn it, I didn't mean to hit that again. Now, do we have the... Assuming we sell some stuff. Oh yeah, I never showed off the, this. It provides some skill and prevents stagger. One of the problems with a lot of the pieces of gear that prevent one thing or another is very few of them are actually worth using under most circumstances. Now, because I accidentally purchased the attack one, I don't think I have the money to get this, but I don't know what the price of it is going to be. Yeah, that bumped everything up by $1,000. That's annoying. I'm not sure which one gave us natives. Now, the tower, we've not grabbed all of the chests. That, I know. Apparently we're still missing 2 in Sands of Remembrance. Now, the Book of Manslaying, because of its power, is actually really good for the NPCs. Most of them tend to have base stats that make up for their not using all-purpose slots, not having all-purpose slots. I think really Nana's at the point where she's fine without that. And the reason I was having him learn that is because the Alma Moon's better as a all-purpose slot for him, for when I'm having him do physical. Was actually not my intent. I hit the wrong button. Well, that was about as fucked up as I could get that. Okay, yeah, so going up the stairs is what's necessary for that. I believe it's this area. Yeah. What happened there was I tried using Passion Burst, and by the time her turn came around, she had too much HP for it to go off. Also, I think I must have been misremembering. I suspect it's... This area has one of the things I was thinking of. annoying, but it is what it is. Here they are. Blaze Eaters instead. Or there are Blaze Eaters, I guess I should qualify. This is an annoying enemy. Now you might be thinking, oh, well, that didn't seem that bad. And indeed, the actual enemy isn't annoying. There are two of them in the game, though. Both of them are one time. Both of them are guaranteed to drop that, demon wings? Demon gut? Whatever the fuck it was. And it's a pretty good item. A decent amount of agility, a good amount of agility, a decent amount of crit, and a good amount of skill. I mean, we don't have much of anything that provides 20 agility. And that's 32 leveled up. Demon wings are used in a recipe. Also, I'm really not sure where the hell I've missed a okay. Well, that's not it. Oh, it's... Did one of them go away? Is this also time-based? Okay. Well, that's convenient. Maybe the one before that I thought was time-based was actually fight-based. I just lucked into having the correct amount of fights. this is going to be annoying. For a few reasons. But we don't have to worry about those again. Which means we're free to try to avoid those each and every time. Now, I'm actually finishing walking up here because I know that there is a chest here. I know I've missed some chests. But I also know that there is a rude as hell chest right there. And if you're playing the original translation, that would have been called a fake medicine. As to what it does, it is a lot of skill. Now let's actually compare that to... Well, actually, the Rat Slayer is the same amount of skill as the Hare. It is even more skill than that. It still has the same downside. And it does not provide SP like the Hare does. But that is a lot of skill. And... you know... have that, have something providing some SP, and... I was trying to figure out if any of the weapons gave SP, but I don't think they do. Book of Manslanging is actually kinda unique among weapons for a few reasons. I think it's the only one that provides defense or skill. Weird. But of course none of the others have a negative effect on them either. And so we can see that Randolph is there up at the top. The nest is made up of people who have escaped from the continent. But someday they will have to return back to that desolate continent. Camille, I'm grateful for the momentary peace you were able to give me. And of course, this just returns us to the start of the tower. Which is super useful if you're sitting there and realizing, oh, I still have... I don't know, I think it's 5 chests to grab there. It's a lot. But overall, one of the things that limits 4 chests, that severely limits the long-term utility of the Book of Manslaying. I think I have enough for... yeah. Is the simple fact that we're already getting to the point where some of the random things that provide skill provide enough skill that the Book of Manslaying's 24 skill just isn't worth it. Now, the problem I have at present is it is also one of my strongest weapons. So having it on Randolph is fantastic because it means that he can do both physical attacking and casting. And the Sara Sword is doing good work for her. I think the bit of agility, just to help her move a little bit quicker, is ultimately more useful than the tiny bit extra attack, given how rarely she attacks. Wish overall is just too good of a spell. And I'm not at the point where I'm just going to avoid encounters. I'm mostly going to try to avoid encounters. But I'm also on the lookout for chests. I know there's 4 left, so... And I think I grabbed everything here. Man, that's annoying when the enemies are just a little bit faster than you. Also annoying when Nana's just a little bit too quick on occasion. Okay, yeah, there wasn't anything over here. think that's actually just a tiny bit too far for lightning, yeah. Did check this too well. Ooh, even if I was good there. Jesus. Well, that's annoying as hell. So I didn't actually think to show it off there, but let's see that Nana's... Oh, that's a really good one. Blue stocking is of course a bit of a kind of double entendre. Not in the traditional sense, it's not like it's something dirty. But for Japan, a lot of their early women's literature, trying to think of the actual term, women's rights literature, was released under a title or genre. I'm not entirely sure which of Blue Stocking, because Blue Stocking was, I believe, the term, for lack of a better word to actually say here, for an academic female, essentially. A woman in academia. Or as close to existed to what most people would recognize as academia at the time. Can't say for certain on time period though. Now, I didn't mess around with this area at all. What are Ares' clothes? Ares' clothes. Now, as armor, they are just armor. They're strong. Don't get me wrong. Maxed out, that would be a decent bit stronger than the Zara Mantle. and they provide a bit of utility as an all-purpose. But it's not great. It's maxed out at 16 skill and 16 crit. Defense? No, 16 defense. Six crit, 6 agility. Just not. It's something you throw on for defense before you have the later pieces. If that wasn't also a loss for attack, I'd be fine with that. I think that's the last of the... I've got a problem here. This is the last chest there. It's a marbled meat, a decent item, 15 health. My problem is that I can't remember if sticky stuff is needed for anything. For a recipe or something. So I was heading up to finish this area. But I'm not so sure that's a good idea anymore. Well, that fight, fucking up on that, actually kind of made my decision for me. Once we get up to the spot with the cafe, we're just heading back. That single fight took too many resources. what I was going to do was I was going to save here, drop back, and then see with the recipe book, but this game has fairly high expectations of you. Now, meeting those expectations makes the game reasonable. I'm not going to say it's easy or anything, but it's not like it's, you know, the worst, most difficult game ever. Okay, so parchment and salt. I'm real glad I never sold those parchments. What stuff? Well, let's make a couple saves. And, you know, I've been doing this for a while, so let's go grab those items in the from the snowfield. Also, I never double-checked to make sure I'd grabbed all the chests in the tower. I'll also be doing that once I get back. Now, once we reach the point of, you know, like the Sands of Remembrance being essentially meaningless as far as the enemies there go, that is actually when it becomes a pretty good time to farm for cash there. Only one glass fragment. Now, as you can tell by the fact that it did not drop its item, that is not a one-time enemy. As such, we want to grab these monkeys. And we're going to want 2 of its drop. The hair is still useful for now, but the Chatty Barber is a permanent stat-up item. I'm actually surprised the lizard can do damage to us. Now, as to the reason why I want the Chatty Barber in the first place, it is entirely because its base level 0 version provides 35 attack. So, it's stronger than that fiery thing. by a lot. Fully leveled up, it will probably be providing most of Camille's attack because it's going to be, I think that's 56. There we go. Now we're only going to make one of them to start. But we'll make the second one once the hair is no longer good. Which, it'll be a while before it's no longer useful even for SP purposes. Also, one of the reasons why I've not built Camille for skill usage in a long time is just the annoyance of using Fire Wave versus Lightning. Even Fire Wave has a oh, I know how to get that. That's the fish drop salt. And this uses a Snow Maiden and a Demon's Wing. I couldn't remember which recipe used the Demon's Wing. But the I Believe I Can Fly, actually pretty decent for SP. Provides a little bit of skill. And the Chatty Barber is, of course, really, really good. Defense, attack, SP, HP. It's a pretty complete package. It also helps to provide some additional health for Camille, who'd otherwise been falling behind. But I actually am going to go over here and kill a few fish, grab some salt. I believe it's the drop of the normal fish. And while these enemies are certainly dangerous, they're not really any more so than like the red scorpions. Though the drop rate on that stuff seems to be awful. Case in point. Okay, that's 2 salts. Parchment is worthless, so let's go make us up 2 blue stockings. I don't know that I'll be equipping both. I don't remember exactly what they do. I know they're good skill items. Oh, I actually should probably show off the salt first. A little bit SP and a little bit of agility. A point of agility. If I had some more attack, I really think that swapping the Fiery Fang over to that Demon's Wing would probably be worth it. So... yeah. I think the Alma Moon, because it actually does have a little bit of utility as a all-purpose. It's not great, but it does provide a little bit of skill and defense and crit and agility. Oh no, I only made one of those. Now, the thing is, though, once it's leveled up, it's probably going to be more useful most of the time than the Rat Slayer. And that'll entirely devalue the hair. And I think I can use the Chatty Barber item for, I think it's 4 points of agility? Something like that. I was thinking I had... oh no, that's right, we got a bottle. Hey, guess what I forgot to do? If you're saying double check to make sure I'd gotten all the chests, something I said I was going to do like 8 times, you guessed right. Fortunately, since I did save there, I can just F12 out. Okay, yeah, we're good on the tower. Now there is a glossary entry for getting Nana up to level 20. I appear to have been incorrect about her needing less experience to get to level, 15 or so. So we're talking more than 3 times as much XP as she has. Akumo's even worse. His is for level 25. I'm not going to be getting those. The levels would be useful. But I'm pretty sure that just the things we have gotten, including the happy ending supremacy, that I've not shown off intentionally. Oh, damn it. I got real lucky there. Now that is mostly just memorization, so... No, I don't think... Yeah, we can't talk to Nana anymore. Oh, and I didn't... Oh, we haven't even leveled it up. Eventually that placebo is also very, very powerful, so if and when we are building for pure, raw SP damage, it's going to be 2 blue stockings and a placebo for the foreseeable future. Probably not the Book of Manslaying, though, just because of that slow attack. Here it comes. Now, the two-headed demon, as I recall, hits like a ton of bricks. Also, apparently, we can miss it. And that is our first instance of seeing a cut-in. I think they're neat as shit, but I also understand not everybody is going to feel that way. Now, in this case, I think most of the time we're probably going to have Camille healing. Now this is end of the day. Actually, I should probably... I'm just gonna have her attack. Oh, she's at too high health. Oh, and the happiness is over. For comparison, the normal Passion Burst did about half the damage of the Passion Burst under happiness. So, you know, Nana is extremely powerful. Nana's story ends here. I'm no longer just a girl. Now Nana Elewanto's story can truly begin. Neil, I hope that you find a happy ending for your own story. I'm praying for it. Thank you for all you have done. And I've not brought it up too much, but I really like the watercolor style traditional portraits. I realize it's traditional to anime, but I don't know, I really like watercolor just to begin with, so okay, so crab paste and squid tentacles, which I believe are both available from regular enemies. We're probably... I'm going to want to build at least 3 of these. Being real honest. And we got the glossary entry for the 2-headed demon, but notably not for Nana. As mentioned, hers is for something different. For getting her up to level 25. 20. Sorry. Hiku is 25. Now, because this game was played by somebody who actually did get all that stuff, I can get those glossary entries. Well, I can say those glossary entries without needing to go and get them myself. Now, our next area is what we were just fighting in. And I'll be real honest, I hate it. It's... Some people don't mind it too much. I think it might be my least favorite zone in the game. It's very difficult to get single encounters or double encounters. Everything is very dangerous, even when you are at the appropriate level. Which we are pretty much at the appropriate power level, so. And we may be a little bit overpowered because of things like the Chatty Barber and the Blue Stocking. Possibly the Soul Shackle as well. none of that really matters if you get a bit unfortunate with enemy crits. Or if they're just focusing on Randolph. Now I'm waiting for that HP recovery a little bit. I guess even with using Light Axe, we still need a little bit of luck. Now, what I'm strongly considering my next purchase to be, even though it's not a endgame level piece of equipment, not something that, you know, will stick with us for forever, I'm really considering picking up the Xenogalis. It does one thing, and that is provide a absolutely absurd amount of attack power. Now, it would hurt the odds of us getting an extra attack, just because it doesn't have that crit, it doesn't have the agility. But with it maxed out, with our current setup, it would probably still be one-shotting things more regularly. Also, the walking noise does really not help it. I really, really hate that kind of shuffling noise. It sounds like something's breaking as far as the audio goes. Also, I never remember which way to go. And of course, unlike a normal game like this, can't just save and double check. Okay, so I think that the way up there is a way back, but I'm not sure, because we can't actually see. Now that's, you know, real good, and you know we're already seeing that our characters are built for entirely different purposes. Fortunately, Randolph's base stats provide a fair amount of coverage for the physical attacking side. Gills. Okay, just HP item. Looks like 17 base, which would be 27 maxed out. Red enemies are being oddly aggressive. think the fact that the stream parts just make the noise much faster also don't help my general dislike of this area. And if you're wondering, do I know where I'm going? I haven't a clue. It's been so long since I've hit this area up. No, I don't remember it. I basically go for 100% completion and never come back. You see the enemy? Do you? It's a little crab. But not so little crab. We're gonna want one other drop. Now, the Sesame Sagari is interesting. It uses the white and black sesame we have, but it sucks. We can make a no-name choice wine now. Now, generally speaking, for any chest we run into, for a while, that's locked like that. Not really going to be a concern. I think that's a way out. I think there's two ways out here. I think there's this and the one to the left. And I don't remember which one we want. This crab drops. But yes, I am grinding the crab until I find out what the hell it drops. One thing, it'll be good for, it's what drops crab paste. What do the red crabs drop then? I don't always have a great internal map of these locations. Like I said, I never tend to revisit them. What do you drop, little crabby? Crab claws. Cutthroat's an interesting ability, but it's not a good one. It attempts to do instant death. Its success rate is based on your agility, but it's not like it's percent based of your agility. Also, I think this is back to... yeah. That is back to where I thought it was. I would say that's a trap or a trick, but there's a save point right there. Oh no, I'm sent back 15 seconds before. Oh, that's actually useful. Getting another crab base. That means once I get a squid tentacle, I can show off the whatever the hell it is that I can't remember. That was real annoying. I mean, it's annoying any time the light axe is simply not quite strong enough. Now, the way enemies work here is actually kind of interesting because of the fact that the majority of the enemies can't swim through the deep ocean parts. Okay, so it looks like I made the right call there as far as getting that chest. But I would be willing to bet that there's also something on the left side here. Not much, mind. Oh, not that we could get to it anyway. Okay. So our only way forward is up. That's actually a convenient location for that. Well, that wasn't what I intended to do, but I mean, that's not a huge deal right now. Only becomes especially dangerous if we fight another red immediately. Which we will, but most of that's because we... oh god. I don't know why the red was actually coming right for us there. Oh, level's always good. I think when we come back through here, the one on the left is what we want to check out. Yeah, there's something there. We just can't see what it is. I don't know what this snail is. It drops a shell. Makes sense. What's the shell do? It's 15 attack and defense. That's, I think, 24 once leveled up. $23, $24, something like that. That's actually pretty decent. Did it have an effect? No, but... oh, hey. And oddly, I think Randolph also has one in that area. Obviously, we can't see it, we can't get to it because he's in our party, but... meet the Mirage. The whole area would basically be meaningless if Hikukuma would turn the fuck around. But it's also our last base exit for the nest. I don't think we have... oh, we do have enough. I'm not too concerned about that. Now, what are those tiny little chests? What are these non-aggressive enemies? Why are they all of a sudden aggressive? Now, crows are an annoyance to deal with. Basically, both types of bird enemies are dangerous, but crows take a lot more punishment. I think crows have about 200 health, or just a little bit under 200 health. And I think hawks do a little bit more damage, but have like 100 health, maybe 100 health. It's a lot less, regardless of what it is. Well, that was dumb of me. I actually think just lightning... oh. Lightning would work. Pretty powerful for this area. which is surprising to me given that we did have a few struggles in the fish area. Actually amazed we've not gotten a drop from the red enemies. I've even done the stupid shit and fought multiple. Is that another marbled meat? What are they giving us so much marbled meat for? It's not even that good of an item. Oh, that is annoying. Well, they look like they line up real well. Apparently they are just enough off of each other. That should be fine though. What? I know we're pretty close, so I'm going to do the ill-advised thing and make a run for it. And we're already back here. Now, this actually does a few things. My enemy is too strong. Please, lend me your strength. Now, Kumo's gear seems like it sucks. But there's a caveat here. The Praying Mantis axe grows at 1.9 times its base level each time you get it leveled up. So, you know, we're talking 3-star. I think that's 111 attack and 18 agility. The Mask of Determination. You know, okay, yeah, it also seems like it sucks, but it increases. It provides its base level each time it levels up. So that's 44 defense and 40 skill and 20 crit and 20 health. It's pretty good, but it is really it's an armor, sorry. Its real purpose, in my opinion, is dropping 40 agility on something. Though, of course, that has its own issues. We're actually getting to the point where that's of relatively questionable value. Now, the Praying Mantis Axe is, in and of itself, one of the strongest weapons we have. Fully leveled up, it's, I think, one attack lower than the fully leveled Xenigalis, but it provides 18 agility. So this is, for a while, going to be Camille's weapon. In addition, because of how strong this armor is, because it provides crit to make up for not having the Keldalade equipped, we'll be rocking the Mask of Determination. Zara Mantle is fantastic, has a few issues as far as usability in the extra slots. But for a while, this will be our setup for Camille. I don't think anything's going to change in the... Well, okay, that's not true. Rat Slayer really doesn't provide much benefit as a, as far as attack goes in the all-purpose slot. But I doubt that swapping the blue stocking over would be worth it until it's up to a 3rd level. He already has... Really wish I had a weapon on I could give to him that would give an extra attack option that wasn't the Keldalade. Okay. Yeah, I think the Ares' clothes. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to put on him. And let's drop a save real quick, because like I said, this is what we are going to be wanting to use for a while. And this one is an interesting room. It's difficult. And it's difficult because of this chest. When you grab this chest, it sets the birds to wandering. Now, the Daybreak Club is pretty good. Pretty strong, and it's as a, you know, equip in the secondary slots, provides a good amount of defense, it provides some attack, and it provides sporadic guard. All those are pretty good. I mean, you know, maybe comparing it to the blue stocking, which doesn't also provide attack. You know, so I mean, endgame you're talking, I think that's 32 attack and 36 defense. I think that's what the 25 times 1.6 works out to. No, I'm... I don't know what I was thinking. It's 32 attack and 40... I have it incorrectly listed as skill, but... We've gotten through most of this. And I think it's safe to say that we are actually a lot more powerful than I thought we were walking over there. And something to keep in mind is we're still going to be picking up a fair bit more power. Camille has, I mean, it's a few fights away, but she'll be getting another, you know, almost 30 more attack. Actually, I don't know because I didn't check it out, but a model ship, very well crafted. Oh, there's even some chests we can actually get to here. Oh, no, we can't. Actually, walking up is probably the best thing for that. Now these we can't get through. And this will all make sense in just a tiny bit. Why that's so weird. And you can just barely see the majority of the enemies because they're tiny. I mean, we obviously want to fight everything here. It's also obvious it's going to be a tremendous pain to do so. So with his 5 levels, he's jumped up quite a bit in usefulness, especially for HP. The mermaids drop mermaid blood. I don't remember what mermaid blood does. At this point, that shouldn't be surprising. Looks like it's pure health. Not bad. It is at least a lot of health. 32. Don't know if it's used for crafting anything. Now, we are already heading back. Much like with Nana, although you can hit up the save point and the heal point right there. So, we can see that that chest has been opened. And that's the way this is going to go. We'll need to come over and break this. Break this. But the game really expects you to come in and be willing to take this slowly. Because the mermaids hit like trucks. And you really need levels on Kumo or else he's just not going to be useful. Hadn't noticed the whale thing. One nice thing about Kumo is, of course, that he has all of that HP. Okay. And Camille will start taking less damage, as well as dealing some more damage at this point. And this is what the big old boulders that we're moving do. So we want to go south here. The mermen are effectively invisible before you initiate an encounter, in my opinion. But that's all we needed to do to get to that chest. Meal's extra damage is doing a fantastic amount of work for us. But we're not going to finish this time. In fact, I'm just about finished with this as soon as we get back to that save point. It's also a bit harder for me to judge the size because it feels like it should be smaller because our sprite is smaller, but it isn't. Oh yeah, we have that on that side. Was that the way we originally came over here? That's annoying. Oh. We might have not gone left far enough, is what I'm thinking. Oh, and Kumo has another... Interesting. Plus crit and evasion. His abilities are never as good as Nana's, but the party is much stronger in general, so it's not a huge deal. we not go to far enough south? Oh. This is the starting point. I'm just blind. So let's go grab that chest. Splendid Leviathan. As an armor, it's just armor. It prevents stagger, has attack and skill, and honestly a pretty good amount of defense. So that's a defensive item for the all-purpose slots. Pretty dang good one. As I said though, that is going to be it for me.